Someone wanted to have a look at my setup, have a little nose around, so I'll just show you the basics of it just quickly, so here we go. Welcome back, ladies, gents and Pikachus. I'm going to show you around my place. Someone said, oh, I'd love to see what your setup was. So I'll show you it. It's not really much of a setup. It literally cost me, well, apart from the computer, everything cost me 200 quid maximum. And I didn't spend it all at once. I had crappy basic kit and I bought a microphone, which was like 15 quid. A keyboard, that's my most expensive thing. I got a nice keyboard, so. But anyway, I'm sure you want to hear less of me talking, because that's the usual thing, and see more of the setup. So without further ado, here's the software that I use, and a little bit about how I use it. Most of what I do is actually done inside the browser. So I used to use Opera GX until I realised it was owned by the CCP. So then I changed to Brave software, which also blocks ads really usefully as well. So that's cool. As you can see here, the inners of the YouTube studio, that's what they call it. You can see a little bit of stats. So that's my homepage. The big graph is the main thing. Then you've got a little how much views per day on the right. And then this is all my videos, along with percentages of how much they get watched, how long they got watched for, and some other useless stats as well. So, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really take too much notice of the stats. They're nice to have. It's better than not having them, but I mean, I'm not like whoring. I don't care who subscribes or, you know, I'm not asking for money. I don't advertise or anything like that. No monetization, so it's all basically window dressing to me, but yeah, it's a nice little barometer of how well you're doing, so it's always good to have that. Probably what was the more difficult task was actually getting the computer in the first place. So you need a graphics card if you're going to be rendering videos, or it'll take you literally days and days and days. A half decent camera and, you know, a really basic microphone with a furry bit on it to cover it is nice. So that's all you need, really. I've literally not bought anything apart from, like I say, my keyboard. So very cheap setup, really, if you can call it a setup. For my audio editing needs, I use Audacity, which is, again, a free tool you can download, costs you nothing. I've been using it for years. It's really good now. Go through the menus here. You've got analyzing tools. You've got effects. VST plugins are supported in part, so that's pretty good. And then I use Movie Maker HD Pro, which was like 22 quid from the Microsoft Windows Store. So that's the only thing that I had to buy. I mean, there are free ones out there that are better than this to use, but, I mean, they're more difficult to learn, so I don't use them. So that's it. I use Windows 10 on a kind of budget PC with a decent graphics card, AMD, and their streaming and their recording tools. So that, along with Microsoft Windows Camera and the stats page like I showed you. So everything I use is free apart from Windows Movie Maker Pro. And that's it. Yeah, you just type in what you want. I spent about a year practicing recording and getting nowhere and deleting videos because they were terrible quality, until I got to the stage I am now, which is like a level 1 punk on YouTube. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get better as I go and grow as I get better. And if I don't, well, it'll just be a nice fun little thing that we all had a laugh with back in the day. So now you've seen the software, I suppose I should show you around the room a little bit. So I'm not going to tidy it. Tend to be quite tidy anyway, so it's not too bad. But as you can see here, I've got my camera there on a tripod. Tripod I had knocking around, it was like 25 quid. Cup of tea. Stack of LPs from 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. That looks like a laptop, but it's not. It's just an HD monitor. So I've got my sofa. I've got my bookcase, which has got all the things I read in it, so I know what I'm talking about. My collection of recently acquired stuff is kind of dotted about. That's my collection of mobile phones and different computer games and stuff. So it's kind of like a nerdy man cavey type setup. Which doubles as a kind of front room as well. So it's really nice. When I have guests, I just throw a couple more seats out. And, oh yeah, I've got some speakers, a nice big telly. Got my Evercade VS down there. Who's that good-looking chap there? Oh, it's me. And there's the camera. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. My messy background, which is not tidied. And that's the end of the video. So, hope you enjoyed that. And, yeah, I'm going to have another cup of tea now because this one's cold. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.